Hit with the eyes means inhaling as you bring your fists to your waist and opening the eyes as wide as you can towards where you see your opponent. Now you step into the piercing palms afterwards. So this means that you tuck your thumbs in and you fold your waist as you bring your left foot out in front of you, as though you were stabbing somebody under the rib cage. Brush yourself off, step back up, and then this is pressing fists downward, which is really just lowering chi to the dantian, if you will, from like the end of various different kinds of forms. Stepping forward with your right foot, you reach out and grasp with both hands. Now it's very important how you actually grasp here. You have to make sure that your fingers are each moving from the pinky finger inwards until you wrap your thumb around your fist. This is because you're trying to grab onto somebody, ideally their body and their meat and their flesh, collarbones in a perfect world, but likely the collar of their shirt. This is a throw. So once you've grabbed onto their collar, you can see that you drop down and swing them across your back leg, your right leg. So it's really important that while your weight moves forward, you have to keep that right leg solid and firm into the ground. You should actually push your right heel backwards to be the trip. So the skill in this first punch in Tan Tui is much like the namesake of the form itself, springing leg. This is more like springing arm. So what we're doing is we're reaching from our heels to our hands. So everything ends up being a matter of opening and closing. So it works as an excellent exercise to shrink the body like this here and then open back up. You can see in this first punch that my right heel and my right hand stay fixed as though they're pushing against an object, right? My heel against the ground and my fist almost like that tree in front of the camera here. And this way, I'm learning how to reach out through my joints towards or through something else. And that's the idea. Same in Tan Tui. When you reach with a kick through something else, you don't just snap it into place. This first road of Tan Tui is made up of a short hand sequence, as you're seeing here, which followed by a punch and then what's called a twisted step. So notice when I do the twisted step that I'm turning my entire front leg outwards. Okay, make sure that you kind of pull the weight off and turn your foot outwards so you don't twist your knee. And that's the Tan Tui kick I was talking about earlier, where I reach all the way through something instead of snapping it into place. So the sequence is pull your fist to your chest, a knife hand kind of looking strike down in front of your knee, and then you reach with your back hand, pushing with your rear foot and punch. Open up the foot into a twisted stance, and then you drop what looks like a back fist, but this is actually more like your elbow on somebody's foot. And then a Tan Tui kick. And then anytime you finish the kick, you step back into another long fist. Now, when you turn around in Tan Tui, it's always the same way. Your left hand makes a little circle and pushes downward with the palm. Your right hand punches directly over it. And that ends up being the end of your line. You sweep across to the other side, left hand again, I grab something, and I step in with another one of those long fist punches, heels to hands. So here we go. Pull back to the chest, strike to the groin, punch, twisted stance, block the kick, and kick through whatever you've got in front of you. Repeat. So every time you do Tan Tui, this is the first road of Tan Tui, you would just do this exercise over and over and over again till it becomes second nature. And of course, you can always take pieces out of one of these sequences and use that as an exercise itself.